What a day, what a day, what a day. We got people continuing years after years after years after years lying about PCs. We have the Halo Master Chief Collection not only coming on to PC, but coming out on Steam. And this topic right here, I've been sitting on it for quite a while. Coming on to, let me mute that real quick. Has been absolutely out of control because this is a good topic, and I feel like people need to watch it and people need to hear it because I got a lot of stories. I'm interested in seeing and hearing other people's stories. What's up, Holy One? Justin and Jazzy Jeff. What we're talking about right now is what's your most peasant gaming experience? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. So, February 28th, about close to 2 weeks ago, and since my tweets self-destruct after 2 weeks, I had to get this one in, and I'm going to get busy later in the week, so yeah, I had to get this one in. What is your most peasant gaming experience in life? I want to know who's had the most wild gaming experience on limited means. I think I hooked up an NES to a black and white set my grandmother had as a kid. So I'm going to start out with my own. Some of my most ghetto, peasant, welfare gaming experiences. If anybody remembers some of my older videos where I propped up my secondary monitor on a couple of GameCubes, one of my GameCubes, the fourth controller port, does not work. It doesn't work. It will not work. And the only way the fourth controller port would work is if my orange GameCube controller was plugged into it. That was the only way. We could be playing Smash, we could be playing Phantasy Star Online, we could be playing WrestleMania 18 or 19. If the orange controller was in any other slot outside of the fourth controller, the whole thing would mess up. No idea why, could never explain it, but that's the way it was. Other crazy gaming experiences, I would say, everybody's had one with the Game Boy, holding a flashlight under your neck, trying to play. Playing on black and white TVs, playing on integrated graphics cards, playing on Surface Pros. I was pretty fortunate growing up, so I don't really have many super ghetto, peasant-like, experiences. Damn, I was pretty fortunate. We all probably had the stories, leaving the Genesis or the Super Nintendo and the regular Nintendo, starting the game in the morning, keeping it on all day, putting like a book or a piece of paper over the red light so your parents wouldn't turn off, whether you started in the day, wanted to finish at night, whether you couldn't finish at night and then wanted to play in the morning and continue on to the next day. Yeah, that's it about me. I really don't have many gaming experiences, but you have to hear some of these stories that people are talking about in the comment section. Oh my God. Samuel Coley, Red Hero. Finding a PC with the GTS 450 in the trash. Student apartment complex was cleaning out old rooms for the new semester, and I had to move the trash to the dumpster and getting it to work so I could play more demanding games than my old laptop. Mostly Guilty Gear. So, man, everybody's got a dumpster diving story on a PC. I've taken out, what are those? The motherboard jumpers from a PC in the garbage before. Otherwise, the CMOS keeps resetting. That's always annoying. Glorious Kev says he hooked up a PS2 to a black and white CTR as an adult. God damn. Jesus Christ. Solid Rev. Hooking my PS4 Pro to my 140 hertz 1080p monitor, hoping the downgrade in resolution, 1 millisecond input lag. What? Rev. Oh, Rev. Fallout 3 on the PlayStation 3. Yeah, I can see that one. But here, this one takes the absolute cake. And I know Hard 8 said that he played his PlayStation 2 on a portable DVD player, whatever, in prison, in one of his locked behind bars stories or whatever it was called. I remember that's pretty wild to me. But PMS Jordan blew my freaking mind with this post right here. When I was 12, my GameCube stopped spinning discs and I couldn't afford a new one. For a good month, I would manually spin the disc with my toes while playing games. I have no idea how it worked, but it did. The struggle was real. I don't even know how that's possible. Because to my knowledge, does the GameCube even run if you lift the lid up? I don't know. So maybe she had to take like that plastic black logos. I know you can remove that and have to spin it that way. I have no idea. Secondly, the GameCube disc is a GOD. It doesn't like spin when it loads or whatever. It has a faster loading time because it's always in perpetual motion. It is always spinning. So if she would have had to keep spinning it over and over and over, oh my God. If this is real, this is absolutely insane. Like, I couldn't even imagine being like a little brother or having like a little cousin. Hey, I want to play the GameCube. Keep spinning the disc at a constant rate. Thanks for the donation, Devin Money. Damn, they got creative. Hell yeah, they did. This is out of control. If she has the old GameCube, I'm not saying I have a foot fetish, but I would love to see this in practice. This is absolutely insane. And then you have Cycle Gamer. He's just like, what? PMS Jordan's like, yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, that's absolutely insane because you would have to be spinning it at a fast rate because, again, it is not a CD. It is a GOD. I believe it's a GOD. It has to be a GOD. I was thinking it was a GD-ROM, but I believe the Dreamcast used the GD-ROM. Wispinosi, your toes must be strong as hell. I had a ton of endurance when I was 12, but if I remember correctly, the most important thing was spinning the disc at a constant speed. So this could be true. Because again, I said you had to spin it at a constant speed because a GOD was always spinning. So this, my mind is blown. My mind is blown because this really could have happened. Because again, she isn't wrong when she says you had to spin the disc at a constant speed. Wispinosi. Wait, so you're playing games while maintaining spinning the disc a certain speed with your toes. King J. What, like, bruh, some games are hard enough to play and be invested in when you're just playing or relaxing. Now imagine moving your foot in a circular motion, rotating a disc while trying to play a game. And what happens if you don't rotate it at a constant speed? Does the game stop? Does the game freeze? Does the game pause? I have no idea. Speaking of GameCubes, has anybody ever got the siren, like when your GameCube just messes up, it just goes, "Arr!" I got that. Happened a lot on my GameCube. It's playing wrestling and stuff. We yanked that thing off the TV so many damn times, I can't even tell you. PMS Jordan, I am not lying. I was halfway through Star Wars Bounty Hunter when it happened, and I wanted to finish that game at all costs. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Well, PMS Jordan, it kind of sucks that you're a huge Star Wars fan because back then, yeah, we had a lot of Star Wars games, but now we kind of have nothing. King J, how fast would you have to spin it for it to work? PMS Jordan, I don't remember the exact speed, but it wasn't crazy fast or anything if I recall. David Whitaker. People they're like me. They're just in pure and utter disbelief. And BC Rivers is right. Box of L's. Turd Ferguson. I remember I had to turn my Dreamcast upside down to get to spin before it finally overheated. My Dreamcast actually caught on fire. Like, I turned it on to play King of Fighters 98 Dream Match, and that bitch started sparking and smoking, and that was the end of that Dreamcast. Kaboom. Done. Luanis STF, Jesus. Justin, I remember having a friend that had the secret touch, so to make almost any game work, he would blow into the cartridge slowly and place the game in the NES slowly and softly, but it would work every time. I remember having to wait for him to come over. Oh my God. Now, I will admit blowing into cartridges is ghetto, but I feel like that is something everybody did back in the day, and that's a rite of passage. So I really can't call it a peasant gaming experience when everybody was subjective to that experience. Jesus. My cousin would be so addicted to gaming that after turning it off, he would put the PS2 in the... Oh my God. He would put the PS2 in the freezer to cool it down. Eventually it broke. Boy, Jesus Christ. Had to wrap my power cord around my Sega 4 times and tuck it in because it had a shortage. The cord only worked in a certain position. I have had Psycho Gamer. I've had friends that had to do this before. For some reason, I believe it was the Model 1. The cable could get very finicky with shortages, and you had to have a lot of pressure, and the cable angled and pushed at a certain way. So people would wrap the cable multiple times around the machine. Just like the PlayStation 1, where the Laserdisc failure, where you have to, or not the Laserdisc, the laser tray failure, where it would warp around, where people had to put in a paper clip or turn it over and have it run upside down. I had a PS3 sticking out a window like an air conditioner to connect to the neighbor's Wi-Fi to play games online. Actually, you know what? That does remind me of... I'll say this was my most peasant gaming experience actually recently. I had a Big Shuriken 2.0. It is a horizontal flat CPU cooler. It's not one where it holds up. It's one for like a micro ATX. If you've seen my current PC case, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Where you look at the CPU cooler and you can see the fan facing you. Like you see like the front of the fan. Like you're looking straight at it. You see all 4 corners. So my fan died on my CPU cooler. And sometimes it would turn on and sometimes it wouldn't. I would have to restart the computer probably 6, 7, or 8 times to try to get the fan to start. Sometimes it would, sometimes it wouldn't, sometimes it would spin slowly, sometimes it would spin, and then sometimes it would stop. But I remember I was playing Mankind Divided, and all of a sudden the frame rate just tanked into the 20s. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm looking at my CPU usage, I'm looking at my GPU usage, and I'm like, nothing's wrong. So I checked the temps, and the CPU, the 2500K, was running at 102 degrees Celsius. 102. Bro, I put my hand in the PC and damn near burnt myself. So to play, I got an old 120 millimeter fan, and I turned the case sideways so I could rest the fan on top of the CPU cooler. So I stacked the fan on top of the broken CPU cooler fan and plugged it in. So I had a case fan, 120 millimeter, loose, just, MacGyvered, spinning over my CPU cooler, and the force generated from that 120 millimeter fan would not only cool my CPU, it would spin the CPU cooler fan manually. So I had to put a fan over a broken fan to cool the CPU and to move the CPU cooler on the Big Shuriken 2. Yeah, that's freaking ghetto. And all in all, that is what made me upgrade to the Ryzen 1800X, because the 2500K and the CPU cooler was just, it was beyond the point. And I wasn't about to buy a new cooler for a 2500K in 2017, 2018. That was not about to happen. I'm pretty sure this is common by with my 360 red ring on me. I had to wrap it in a towel and turn it. Yeah, well, Xbox gaming was pretty ghetto. People were wrapping it in towels, putting it in freezers. People were People were doing a lot of crazy stuff when it came to the Red Ring of Death. Subpar gaming, gotta be a joke. Swear to my do-rag. Mets Davila, my introduction to online gaming was through the PSP because I connected to the neighbor's Wi-Fi. Odd Eyes. I had a Game Boy and wasn't too well off, so I had those 100 games in one cartridge. Most of the games doesn't work, and it was a struggle finding good games in that thing to play. Luckily, Pokemon Red and Blue worked. Bundy the Reseller. I had the launch 60 gig PlayStation 3. Ultimately, it stopped working. The solution was 40 minutes in the freezer. Then it'd stay working fine until I turned it off. Then, oh my God. So my man had to put the damn PlayStation 3 in the freezer to play it and then put it back in the freezer before playing it again. God damn. Holy crap. How am I liking Ryzen? Ryzen is amazing, man. It does well. I have zero complaints on it. Runs the games well. It renders videos amazingly fast, smooth, and quickly. My only issue with it was that the firmware was not allowing me to get the most out of my RAM. But as of recent, that has changed. So now I can actually run RAM at plus 3,000 speeds. Before it was like 2,100, and that was not good for the frame rate. So once that firmware update came out, like my frames increased by like 60. So that was pretty amazing. Shout outs to Blacktooth Grin on that, by the way. Big shout outs to my man. My only friend on YouTube, because his wife cooks and bakes me cookies. Yeah. Justin, seems like tricks I've done as a kid were universal to everyone. Oh, here's another one I had. Playing Mega Man X4 on my PlayStation. My friend scratched up the disc and it was unplayable. You can spread toothpaste or peanut butter on a disc, on a CD, and it will fill in the gaps and allow you to play a game. Yes, that is real, and yes, that works, people. Peanut butter or toothpaste, you get a little bit dab on it, and you rub it into the CD, and it works. Donovan the Gamer, I'm thinking about upgrading my motherboard and processor to Ryzen. I mean, Ryzen 2 is out now. I'm still on the Ryzen 1, the OG Ryzen. So I'm sure there's plenty of things out there now that are better. I'm sure there's plenty of Intel options as well. So I would highly recommend that you take your time and look around before you see what you want to get and what your needs are and what your wants are. Using a rubber band to hold the hinges of a DS Lite together. Now, I've had friends that have literally broke the hinge on their DSs, so they literally had to super glue the hinges. So the DS wasn't closing anymore. It was just open 24/7. The hinge was broke, super glue that bad boy with some rubber cement or some plastic cement. It's direct to video and it's already flapped. Oh, sub-level text. Anyway, but yeah. They used some plastic rubber cement or whatever on the hinge. And you know what? The DS never closed. They just had to play with it open 24/7. Bro, 8-hour family road trip. Hooked up the PlayStation 1 to a portable 4, maybe 5-inch screen and grinded on levels of Legend of Dragoon. That's not really peasant or welfare or ghetto because, you know, the PlayStation 1, or at least like, you know, the secondary model, had a built-in screen you could use. It came with it, so that's what that was for. Winter Horizon, gaming on a $750 gaming laptop. Oh, you poor baby. You poor soul. $750 gaming laptop. How about this? Freshman year in college, 2005. I had a HP laptop with a 32 megabyte GeForce MMX graphics card. 32 megabytes MMX. Some games would not even load. You could install them and play the games, and it would say, this game does not even support NVIDIA GeForce MX or MXX or whatever it was called. Could not even support the damn. We had modern day graphics cards and laptops that. Let me try to find this real quick. Yeah, look at. Let me find this. Let me find this thing. Look at GeForce 2 MX or something. 32 megabytes. Bro, I remember in 2005, this dude had he had 128 megabyte video card. My man was playing Chronicles of Riddick. Oh my god, that game looked insane. Insane on that thing. Looked like gutter trash on my thing. I was trying to play like Doom 3 on like minimal settings and everything, like the lowest of the low. I would even go into like the command prompt and manually bring things lower than low, playing the original Far Cry on that laptop. I played everything on that laptop. Shit, we played Call of Duty. We had like Spawn copies. We played damn, what was that game called? What's the game called with Kate Archer? No One Lives Forever. Yeah, those are some good times. We would rent computers at a computer center because every student was entitled to a desktop, even if they had one. You get a little Pentium 4, play some Call of Duty on that bad boy. I had to play in 4x3 because playing widescreen, would make my laptop run below 60 frames. And then I had to place my laptop on top of 4 rolls of duct tape. Otherwise, it would overheat because the fans were just shot. If I put that on my lap, it burned my nuts off. Plain and simple. Much love the Iran bond. You got loads of Turkish and Persian fans. Hey, I guess I'm popular worldwide now. I made it big. Maybe not peasant game when I was hyped for a DSi as a kid. I bought a Japanese DSi, and since the menus were in Japanese, I had to learn the menus meant from YouTube videos. That's pretty wild. Damn, trying to play Half-Life 2 on a gateway? I remember gateways. Bonds nuts roasting on an open laptop. Yeah, man, I had to have my thing on 4 rolls of duct tape elevating the laptop. I'd be in the library studying, and people would be looking at me like I'm crazy. Gaming on a PC without a GPU in 2011. I had to stick a knife in my select button on my NES controller because that's the only way it would work after someone pulled the rubber part. Oh god. I remember when somebody no, it wasn't somebody, it was my fault. I packed my Xbox up in college and lotion bursted in it all over. It got inside the console. So whenever you turn it on, it sounds like a jet engine grinding. Like, never what the hell is that? And then when you start playing, whenever we would play Halo, like over LAN, whenever somebody would grab the overshield or the cloaking, it would just launch this gigantic shimmer across the whole screen, like somebody was turning channels on a turn dial or something like that, or messing with antennas like on the old school Bunny TVs. I remember playing Ford Racing 3, Stronghold, and emulated arcade games. That's not really peasant. Playing the NES or Genesis in my country where you will never know if you got time to finish any games because sometimes you get electricity between 1 minute or 4 hours max. So all games I ever played past 4 hours was a blessing. Other than that, I start from the beginning. Oh, Jesus. That's not welfare peasant. That is third world gaming. Good God. That really sucks right there because you get like you never know if you're gonna have power for a minute or an hour. So you gotta keep starting from the beginning because you never know. That's wild. Mario, Mega Man, Sonic, etc. Imagine you get to the boss you couldn't beat, and finally that day you halfway through about to beat the boss and total blackout. Sometimes no electricity for 2 or 3 days in the whole country. Jesus. That is crazy. That's wild. FYTB, putting another news cartridge on top of the one I was playing to hold it down while sticking a folded index card in between the cartridge and console door to make the game play. God damn. No way. This can't be true. Broken Messiah, running Skyrim at 640 by 4. Oh, man. Jesus. Zaire's PC was a true peasant experience because it never existed. Yeah, I know. Master Chief Collection announced for Steam. I've seen it. Made a video on it. Go check it out. Go check out my Master Chief Collection video on Steam if you haven't. Speak proper English, Bond. I know you can do it. I had a 360 hooked up to a 20-inch TV that was set on the ground with no stand. I played 360s on a small standard definition TV because it was closer to the router for my internet. As a kid, I used to record gameplay with blank VHS tapes. We all did. Speaking of VHS tapes, right? My nephew is playing Resident Evil 2, the remake on PlayStation 4. He picked up the VHS tapes where you see the security tapes of Hunk and everybody going after Burke and the G-Virus. My man didn't know what a VHS tape was. I'm like, you don't know what a VHS? I'm like, well, damn, he's only 12. He wouldn't know what a VHS tape is. He might not even know what a DVD is. I was like, Jesus. He was like, why is that TV so big? God damn. Odell was traded to the Browns? No, he wasn't. Hold on, let me check this out real quick. Oh my God! Holy shit. Odell to the Browns. Oh. Oh my God. You can't be serious. Bro. What? What? How? What the hell? Let me put my phone on the charger real quick, people. Give me a second. All right, let's get back to this video. That is wild. Odell to the Browns. Holy crap. The Browns are coming next year, yo. They're coming. I connected my GameCube to a small portable TV to play Sonic Heroes while my mom watched American Idol. That ain't bad. Atari 5200 shitty joysticks kept breaking side buttons, stopped working. Had to put a tinfoil in between the circuit board and rubber buttons to make it detect. Ouch. I had my NES hooked up to a 19-inch TV and play with no sound because the TV speaker didn't work. It's funny. When my family was too poor for video games, so I was stuck with a cheap POS Tiger Electronics toy for years playing. Oh my God. Jesus. Running GTA San Andreas on PC, integrated graphics on a Dell from 2004. I've experienced that with dedicated graphics from my neighbor growing up's computer, and even that was bad. Playing Assassin's Creed and Blood Rain on my laptop while living in my car. Oh, man. Now, some people are going beyond peasant gaming experiences. They're going to third world gaming experiences. God damn. Lee Knight, playing my Sega Mega Drive on an old CRT where everything on the screen was green until it warmed up. I've had those experiences. That's not too bad. Harambe. The PS2 hooked up to a portable DVD player while using a PS1 controller. I think Hard 8 did that. Playing 360 games on a 4x3 display. A lot of people did that. I can't accept that one. Playing the OG Xbox with my brother on a 12-inch mini TV. God damn. God damn. I used to go to the magazine aisles purposely looking for the PS2 demo disc and playing for months. I used to have a library on my 360 with nothing but demos. Damn, people really struggling out here. When my first 360 got the open tray error. Oh, my 360 got that too. Wonder how you fix that. It was out of warranty, so I opened it up and reset the disc laser as a temporary fix. It wouldn't hold up forever, though. That's how mine broke. Mine did not break from a red ring of death, even though I had it a couple times. Mine broke because, quite simply, the disc tray wouldn't open. Justin again. Hold up. Having to a method of games to work on my NES Contra. Wow, we need sentence structure here. Had to push that game up and down 16 times to get to work, or have it on the edge of the system, then push it down to have it work. I had a Ninja Turtles game where I had to, not the original one, it was Manhattan Project. I had to like put water in that thing to get to work. That game always pissed me off. For my N64, I had to take another cartridge and put it underneath where the controller stuck out the controller port. Otherwise, it would not detect the controller. God damn. Playing Pokemon Heart and Gold on my broken DS screen. Had to hit it and shake the screen to keep the broken hinge connection working. Dang. I don't know. Was playing the Resident Evil remake on the GameCube, having to use 2 discs, Peasant and nothing. No, shut up. That's just a joke. I played the N64 Star Fox on old CRT through RF. The speakers were busted, and the display was only black and white, and the power button on the TV was broken. I used a flathead to turn it on. T-Dummy 1094. I used to play Call of Duty on my PS3 with a mobile hotspot. Used to get about 8 minutes of fun. All zeros. Hell, I put thousands of hours in a COD 1 on PC. I had to close down every background running software to free up memory aboard the graphics. Playing a PS1 on a CRT found in a dumpster. Liquid Evil. Most peasant gaming experience. Playing the original Xbox, thinking the online is Uber. Holy One Ultimate Gamer. I taped a laser pointer light to my Game Boy to play on a trip at night. Warlock. My map was too weak that I had to use a second PC for Ventrilo for That's bad. I used to phone jack, rent Game Boys from Blockbuster. Okay. Devil Parrots Money. My HDMI cable broke on my PS3. Had to pull out the old boob tube with only a yellow and white. Oh, man. No stereo? No stereo. Van Red. TV didn't have composite input, so I had to buy a coaxial adapter to play on my PS2. Sound was heavily compressed, so it sounded terrible. Putting the NES game under your shirt and blowing in it like a harmonica so it would work. Adra Fox. Mine was having both my NES and Genesis going to a two-way splitter, going to an old 19-inch TV when I was 4. I have a friend who had a PS3 going to a white and yellow AV port, on a VCR going to an old TV with a rotating knob to change the channel. I've had rotating knob TVs to change the channel. I grew up on 2 of them through RF. And I have known people that have had to plug VCRs into the TV and then plug the console into the VCR to play. That's pretty wild, too. COFD, Trucko 787, U Cables, Atari Black and White TV 8. I was a teen. People, we need proper sentence structure here. Taking out the batteries on TV control, fire alarm, and anything with AA batteries and using it for Game Boys. I think we've all been there before. I had a 13-inch black and white. Can I read today? Can I speak today? I had a 13-inch black and white TV with my Atari 2600 hooked up. I had that same TV for my NES and SNES until 1992. Damn. I've seen one of these things before. I never knew you could game on these. My dad brought home a combination 5 black and white TV tape deck and I hooked up my NES up to it, and I'm playing Mario Kart in black and white. I've seen these things before. That's crazy. That's wild. Rising of the Shield Hero. None of my friends I knew played PS2 or Xbox Online. That was one of the days of dial-up. Our parents and I thought it was too expensive. My friends wouldn't even bother to ask. I didn't even know you could play PS2 or Xbox Online until years later. Pharaoh. I played my Xbox One that one time. It didn't work. Tomb Raider crashed twice. I laughed. My friends said that I've never had them before. I've been climbing them. Okay, whatever. Super Joker World. I don't know if this counts, but not being allowed to use my older brother's PS1 while I was stuck on the N64. So infuriating not playing Resident Evil, Symphony of the Night, Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy VII. Ouch. Parents are hell strict on what I can and can't play. I actually had to plug my Wii into our VCR for a few years. Getting the belt for taking batteries out of the TV remote. Oh, this is what I did. Smart Kid would take one battery out of each remote and replace it with an old one. I would do that. I still do that. Playing Resident Evil 2 on the N64, well, that was a good port, so I don't know what you're talking about. And that is it, people. That is the most peasant, third world, welfare, potato gaming experiences. So if you have any more, put them in the comment section of this video. I want to hear them. Put them in the comment section of this video. I'll make another video and I'll read them. Favorite the video, share the video, like the video, subscribe, hit the bell, follow me on Twitter, follow me on YouTube. Let's have some fun with this. So when the video gets uploaded, put your stories in the comment section. Let's make another video. Let's keep this going. I'll catch you guys later. Enjoy your night.